Welcome to John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. I'm Jack, and this is the grandson fishing day up in the UP.
These fish are all in our harbors.
Close to 14 there.
Are you having fun?
I'm having a blast.
Fleet Farm presents John Gillespie's Waters and Woods. Fleet Farm, the ultimate fishing headquarters.
Yes, folks, it's a beautiful June day, and we are up on the Keweenaw Peninsula near Houghton, Hancock, Michigan. And Jack, how many years have you and I been coming up here?
This will be the third year.
And this is my grandson, who you've seen on the show many times, I'm sure. And Jack, why do you look forward to this trip?
The fishing up here is way better compared to Wisconsin.
Well, Wisconsin has its good fishing,
Yeah.
but I agree with you. You come up here, even in July and August, and there's just not a lot of crowds on these lakes, is there?
Yeah, not at all.
So what are you going to fish for today?
Some walleye, some bass, maybe some pike,
So we'll have a good day, right?
of course.
Hey, folks, we'll show what we're using and how we're using it. All of that coming up right after this.
So I've been getting the question quite a bit recently, what is the difference between AMSOIL Quick Shot and the gasoline stabilizer? Two different products that many people would assume are somewhat the same. Essentially, the Quick Shot, it's actually a very active quick cleaner, especially if you're using ethanol fuel, which has water problems, also can have some debris in it. What AMSOIL Quick Shot does is literally prevent any separation at all. Any debris, any water is broken down into tiny little particles that will get through fuel systems. The other thing Quick Shot does is when you have fuel restrictions in a machine that may start but no longer run, it can literally perform miracles attacking that quickly. We've seen it work in 5 to 10 minutes with both snowmobiles and ATVs that were not running. Essentially, the gasoline stabilizer is exactly that. This is the product for long-term storage, whether it's regular garage gas or your boat. At the end of the season, this performs up to a year, keeping that gas very stable, and testing has shown it's literally 8 times more effective than seafoam for stabilizing and preserving your fuel. So both of these products are specifically for treating fuel. The Quick Shot, of course, is shorter term, prevention of water separation, debris separation. This is long-term storage, the AMSOIL gasoline stabilizer. And for these products or any of the other great AMSOIL products, easy to order it on the new AMSOIL app.
There's more to explore. Humminbird Explorer fish finders make breaking down the water effortless with an intuitive interface and best-in-class clarity. Zero in on the best place for a bite with more precision, more included maps, and more underwater detail. Then keep your eyes on the prize. With the bright, easy-to-read display, you can view in any fishing condition. Because when you see clearly and fish smarter, you get more out of every moment. Explore fish finders, only from Humminbird.
Ooh, Jackaroo is going to have our first walleye of the day. Here he comes. And not bad, Jack.
Not at all.
I'll tell you what, tell the folks, so when we woke up this morning up here in the UP, how many bugs were around today?
There were so many. They were all around.
Seriously?
It was horrible.
Yeah, I know. But we're out on the lake. Now hold that up higher, though, so we can see it. That's about a 14, 15-inch fish.
Yeah.
And that was on what?
Jerk minnow.
The smaller one.
Yeah, the smaller one, yep.
Are you working it pretty fast or slow?
Pretty slow. I like to let it sink and then just a little jerk, and then on the way down they usually nibble at it, and then when you pull back up you can set the hook.
Oh, we'll measure that guy. Oh, here we go, Jack. I put that in spot lock after you caught that fish, and I've got a small walleye there, but take a look at this, folks, how he ate that bait. So put her in, keep casting in this same area. These are smaller fish, but we'll get some bigger ones. Hey, Jack, I think I got a smallmouth bass on here, my friend. There we go. Here he is. That's not a bad one there. I'll tell you what, the wind has really picked up, folks, and we came down to the other end of the lake where the wind is blowing into the shoreline and put wacko worms on, and that's our first bass of the day. We'll go back to the walleyes in a little while, but not bad right there. And great smallmouth lakes up here on the Keweenaw Peninsula too. Not bad, huh, Jack?
Not bad at all.
Hey, way to go there, Jacko. Boy, that wind picked up and that's not a bad one. You gonna flip him in, Jack?
Yeah.
All right, ooh, there you go, buddy. Not a bad bass. So what rod are you using this year?
The 2B medium light 7-1 rod.
And that's good for walleyes and bass, huh?
It's great.
Yeah, and how's the feel on it?
It feels really light, and the fights are amazing.
Yeah, hold that out. Not a bad bass. Let's get out of this wind and go back for walleyes. And when this wind dies down a little bit, we'll come back after these bass, all right?
Let's do it.
Well, we got out of the wind here and got to the calm spot of the lake. And here we go, Jack. There we go. There's a decent little walleye there, buddy.
It's a good size.
Yeah, that's a nice one right there. That one you can take home. But I'll tell you what I'm using, folks, is I love these show jigs. They're gold and they got little mirrors on them and they work really well. And Ryan, what is this new plastic called? Do you know?
It's the Hammered Live series.
The Hammered Live series, and I'll show you here in a second. We're actually going to keep that walleye, but you can stretch this like that and you can actually catch a ton of fish on them. The Hammered Live series, and I'll tell you what, it's got great action. Nice walleye, huh, Jack?
Nice.
Another one, Jack. That felt like a northern pike bite. We'll see here. I mean, he really hit it hard. And what do we have there, Jack? Ooh, little northern pikaroo there. Wow, yeah, you can tell when those pike hit, folks. It's like a tick, like that, a real sharp tick. And, well, that's all right. Jack, come on. You got to catch up here, buddy. Yeah, you see how that new Kalen's plastic stretches right there. I mean, there, I got it back. And these last for so many fish, folks, and obviously pike have teeth, but that bait's still in good shape for another walleye. Hey, what do you got there, Jack? You need the net?
Maybe.
Oh, yeah, look at that rod bending, buddy. That's your new 2B rod.
Oh, it's a pike.
A northern pikaroo. Can you get him, buddy?
I think so.
There you go. Hey, that felt good. You got to tell the folks, how many hours did we go before, when we caught those bass? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
But you're hanging in there, right?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you love fishing. And, looking back at video, how old were you when you first started fishing with me?
Probably like 4.
I think you were 4 years old when you caught your first walleye with me, right? Where was that? Up in
Vilas County, yeah.
Yep, up in Vilas County in Boulder Junction. Well, you've come a long way, buddy. One of the reasons I love fishing with you is you don't give up.
Yep.
Breaking news from Fleet Farm. Catch more fish with Berkley 3-pack flicker minnows. Fleet Farm exclusive colors with proven baitfish action and tournament-tested performance. On sale now for just $15.99.
Jackaroo, what did you do? Change baits?
Yeah.
Got a crankbait on there, huh?
Yep.
Ooh, I hope this is a Walla Walla. Oh, yeah, it's a nice walleye, Jack. Bring them over here, buddy. There you go. Aren't those fun on a crankbait?
They're really fun, yeah.
On the pause? Mm-hmm. And that was your first cast with a crankbait?
First cast, yeah.
What made you change?
I don't know. I was just slow with the jerk minnow, and then I switched to that, and first cast, it was right on.
Now, tell the folks at home, you're going to be what next year?
Sophomore.
At?
De Pere High School.
And you made the baseball team this year, huh?
Yep.
That's pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you quit playing basketball?
Yeah.
Oh, well, you didn't quit walleye fishing. That's a beauty. Let's get them unhooked and hold them up. Now, that's a beautiful fish, right?
Beautiful, yeah.
Now, you also took what class, a cooking class or something?
Cooking class, yep.
And how are you going to fix this?
I'm going to put it in some oil and deep fry it, like some chicken.
Ooh, that sounds good. But you know what you ought to do, though? Put a little crackle meal on there first, right?
Yep.
Hold that out. That's a beautiful walleye.
Beauty.
Is that your next cast?
It's literally the next cast.
Oh, here he comes to it. It's another gorgeous walleye. I think you can flip him in because we're using that crankbait, Jack. There you go, pal. Nice fish, man. That is cool. And how are you retrieving that?
I just cast it out and reel it in slowly.
Really?
Yep.
And what's the hit feel like?
It feels really hard.
Yeah, hold that up. I mean, that's another beautiful walleye there. I think you got it figured out,
Yeah.
Hey, there you go, buddy. And another walleye coming in here. I think that one's going to be a little short.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, but you know, this is an interesting story what happened today. Explain it to the folks what we were doing.
So we were doing plastics and just kind of jigging them around, trying to find the fish. And then we threw a crankbait out, and the second cast they hit it, and then the next cast they hit it again, so we all switched to crankbaits.
Yeah, well, the lesson to be learned there is, you know, not be one-dimensional. Try different things,
Yeah,
right, Jack?
of course, yeah. If something's not working, try a different bait.
I'll tell you, folks, that hit on a crankbait is so cool. I thought this was going to be a walleye, but unfortunately, Ryan and Jack, I think we have a northern pike. But it is amazing, seriously, folks, how shallow these game fish are. And you know, what did you say the water temperature was, Ryan? 64?
I think that's right.
And these fish are all sitting in last year's weeds in about 4 to 6 feet of water. And we started our day, obviously looking, you know, deeper, you know, that 8 to 14 foot. But it is amazing. They're right up against the shoreline. We were fishing the lakes of the Upper Peninsula, a 5.5 hour drive from Milwaukee, 6.5 hours from Chicago, and 5.5 hours from Minneapolis.
I've heard lawyers say, your job as the lawyer is to read the books, know the law, make the arguments. You can't get emotionally invested with your client. To do this job well, you have to. You have to get emotionally invested with your client. You have to connect with your client as a human being, or it never will be as authentic and real as it needs to be. We as trial lawyers, we owe that to our clients. We owe it to ourselves, and we owe it to our community to tell their story. It's their story. It's not ours. And the only way to do that in an effective way is to truly care, to truly connect, and listen.
Now we moved out a little bit deeper, Jack. Ooh, nice walleye there, buddy. Oh, can you flip them?
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a pike.
Oh, that's a northern pike. I didn't see that, though. But that hit was fun, wasn't it?
It was really fun. It started nibbling and then just took it.
Yeah. And those are fun to catch, you know? We're
Oh, yeah,
obviously
for sure.
looking for walleyes, but those are fun, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, grab them, hold them up, show the folks. They can't see it. There you go. Boy, he really ripped that. And that's what's nice about using that 12-pound gold label that's Seaguar leader material. Mm-hmm. You know, you can flip a fish. And 12-pound is plenty. And that's fluorocarbon, so the fish can't see it, Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was fun, huh?
Yeah.
What do you got now?
Another pike.
You are the pike master today. And that's all in that Caitlin's jerk minnow. You need the net up there?
I think I.
Oh, that's not a bad one right there. Actually, if you wanted to eat one, Jack, that's not a bad size. I've got one too in the back of the boat. I'm sure it's another pike. We're in a school of pike. Yeah, I'll tell you what, they're all on a weed edge out here. And, oh, that's not too bad. Jack, that's pretty impressive though, buddy. You know?
Yeah.
That one's not bad. Look at this guy. There we go, and look at how he just ate the heck out of that. Yeah, you can't even see the bait. Well, back to the smallmouth bass, and Jack is hooked up. Ooh, that's a nice one, Jack. That's a nice one. I'll have to grab the net for you, buddy. Okay, Jack, steer him back here if you can. Ooh, nice fish. One more, there we go. Good job there, Jack, on that wacko worm. That's a beautiful smallmouth right there, buddy. Look at the size of that thing. Holy cow. That's a giant. Grab him by the mouth and hold on real hard. You know how to do that. You got to really hold hard. Wow, that's a beautiful fish, Jack. Look at that. That's a dandy.
It's huge.
You love smallmouth fishing too. I've seen you catching big ones over the years. So what are you just twitching that worm?
Yeah, you twitch it, and sometimes you can see their spawn beds, like little circles in the water. You cast right over them, just a few jigs, and they'll usually attack it really hard.
Hold that up. I mean, that's a beautiful fish. We'll release her right away. But great job, Jack. Wasn't that fun?
It was really fun.
Another bassaroo there, Jack.
Another one.
All right. That one I think you can flip in.
Yeah.
But that's fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now what you look for, folks, is rock and sand, and that's where these fish are going to be in June. Whoa, Jack, I guess that wasn't quite a flipper inner there, was it?
I got it.
But we're fishing pretty shallow, aren't we?
Yeah.
3-4 feet, and again, rock and sand. And that wind laid down late in the afternoon for us. We couldn't fish for them earlier, could we?
Yeah.
Hold them out. You don't have to take the hook out yet. We'll release that fish right away. That's a male. Great job, Jack. Well, after a slow day in the wind, Jack, they're turning on, aren't they, buddy?
Yeah.
Ooh, there's another nice one. Now, the net is right behind you there. Ooh, is it as big as that first one you caught? That's a dandy. Nice job there, Jack. Yeah, you get that one off the hook, buddy, because I've got one coming in here, too. Jack, I may need that net. Oh, there we go. I got mine. And Jack will hold these up together. Come on back here, buddy. Boy, I'll tell you what, they are hungry, too. There's mine, and yours is actually quite a bit bigger there.
Yeah.
That double-header smallmouth bass, you know? Isn't that great?
It's great.
That wacky worm is easy to use for folks, too,
Yeah,
isn't it?
100%, yeah.
What do you do?
You just cast it out, slowly reel it in, and then every couple seconds, just give it a couple jigs.
Yep, little twitches. Nice. Folks, it's time now to announce this week's winners of the Fleet Farm John Gillespie's Waters and Woods 2026 Fishing Contest.
Stephen Harris of Germantown was this week's first winner. He caught a 16-inch crappie on Round Lake using a minnow. Paul Markowski of Franklin caught a 22-inch largemouth bass on Jag Lake using a wacko. Lori Green of Cherokee, Iowa caught this 45-inch muskie on Lake of the Woods, Ontario using a leech on a spinner. And Cody Newcomer of Burlington moves into the winner's circle with this 43-inch flathead catfish caught on the Fox River using cut bait. And this week's first youth winner is Wesley Wagner of Watoma. He caught a 40-inch Chinook salmon off of Port Washington using a spoon. And finally, Addie Mielman of Lakeville, Minnesota caught a 22 3/4-inch smallmouth bass in Minnesota using a Ned rig weighing over 6 pounds. Trusted by Midwest families since 1955. Available at your local Fleet Farm store or online at fleetfarm.com. This week, pick up an Ugly Stick GX2 spinning combo, legendary toughness with smooth performance, plus a free $10 Fleet Farm gift card with purchase. And keep your tackle organized with Fleet Farm's 250th anniversary tackle trays, now just $7.99. Hurry in, sale ends June 28th.
They say things aren't built like they used to be. Tell that to John Johnson, the craftsman behind Recon Boats. He and his small team make each boat by hand, maintaining the highest standards. Every shred of fiberglass, every stitch of upholstery, every latch, hinge, and switch. It's all in the details, which is why the angler is at the forefront of the design philosophy for every Recon boat. Recon Boats, made by craftsmen, built for fishermen.
It's so fun, folks. A lot of these bass are just cruising these shallows, and you can actually see them and cast in front of them. Sometimes they hit, sometimes they don't. And look at how clear that water is. Holy cow, that is just beautiful, man. That really is. I don't know, Jack. I'm gonna need the net. Grab that net. Come on back. There you go. Wacko worms. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
Here, help hold the net way up high so I can grab them. There you go. There's a nice bass right there. And aren't they pretty colored too?
Oh, yeah.
And I like these little Kalin's jigs because they're weedless, you know, and you're fishing in rocks like that with the wacko worm. But, you know, that's a solid too, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Can you smile? Smile for the folks at home. What do you got to say hi to?
My friends at De Pere High School.
Yeah, right. Where's your buddy? Who's our buddy that usually comes with us?
Alden.
Alden, yeah, he's home. We're catching bass. The UP, a warm, I guess this would be summer type evening, and catching smallies. Look at the clarity. Jack, look how clear that water is. That is amazing. There's another beauty right there. Just fun, folks. And walleyes have been kind of tough today, as you see. But we got tomorrow too. Might try a different lake, see if we can get some crappies and more walleyes. All right, back to the walleyes, I'm hoping. And there we go, Jack. Yeah, getting later in the afternoon. We're going to give it a little longer here, folks, but it's been a really good day, really a grab bag. And we caught an awful lot of northern pikes that we didn't film. But no, that was nice. And the wind was blowing into this shoreline all day today. That's why I'm giving it a try. You know, Jack, when you're out in the boat fishing all day, you need to have lunch, right?
Yeah.
Now, how many years have you and the Gillespie family up in De Pere been eating Johnsonville's?
As long as I can remember.
Yeah, and I got a treat for you today. Johnsonville summer sausage. Now, the cool thing is they have original, they have beef, and they have garlic. And these are all wonderfully prime cuts of meat that are smoked to perfection with secret Johnsonville spices. They're aged and smoked, and they're wonderful. All right, take a bite.
Good.
Isn't that great? And you picked the garlic, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Isn't that wonderful?
It's really good, yeah.
All right, folks, look for Johnsonville summer sausage at your favorite retailer today. Well, day 2, and we're going to switch gears and do some crappie fishing. Jack Gillespie. That is a beauty right there, my buddy. Wow. So hold that up high. Come on, get it up there by your face. That's a beautiful fish, Jack, isn't it?
Yeah.
What happened, buddy?
Well, we were just jigging some bobbers, and it started nibbling, and then it took the whole bobber down, and I set the hook in it. It was a pretty good hook set.
Yeah, I mean, those are fun, aren't they? And that's a big one.
It's a good one.
Me in the back of the boat now. Ooh, Jack, I'm sorry. That's a little teeny one there compared to yours. But crappie fishing is such a great way to take the kids fishing, folks. If you find one, there's usually a bunch more around. All right, Jack, I'll see if I got a little bigger one here. No, I got myself a sunfish. But that's pretty. And those crappie scrubs, folks, they catch everything. And this time of year in June, especially up here in the UP, you'll still find these panfish in shallow weeds. I mean, that's really a very pretty fish. What do you got now?
I can't tell.
Oh, that was a little bigger than a crappie, wasn't it?
I think it was either a walleye or bass.
I think so too. We're right on a weed edge. So all these fish use this stuff.
Yep.
What do you got on?
I don't know. I think it's a trout.
Oh, it is a trout. Grab that net right next to you, Jack. It's right next to you, buddy. Hold on to him. Hold on to him. This is it. Oh, no. Wow. How big was that thing, you guys?
I don't know. They look pretty decent.
What are you throwing?
Jerk minnow. It's a little tiny walleye.
Now wait, we got to show the folks. Now that is the smallest walleye on the show this year, Jack.
This is very tiny.
Now that is awesome, though.
Yeah.
Seriously. Now that's a good sign, though. Any lake where you see those, you're getting natural reproduction.
Yep.
What was that on?
Jerk minnow.
Nice. Well, Jack, we got some rain moving in here, buddy, so we don't have much time left. What do you got there?
I think it's a walleye.
Yeah, there you go. Small walleye on that jerk minnow.
Yep.
But I'll tell you what, it's been a fun day and a half, hasn't it?
Very fun, yeah.
And you got to get back for what? For baseball?
Yep, got a baseball tournament.
So you guys play every weekend in the summer?
Pretty much, yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, it's been fun, and you know, what fish did we catch?
We got some walleyes, bass, some pike, and then a couple crappies.
So it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's been very, very much fun.
Well, Jack, I tell you what, buddy, you wanted to get out of here, but I had to take a couple more casts. And you know, folks, I'll tell you what, we have caught a lot of these small pike this trip. And they're not, you know, it's not a big deal, but it's great when you're taking kids fishing to have action like that and to be able to catch a game fish on an artificial. Right, Jack? You've enjoyed that.
Yeah,
that's how I've taught you, even on with these smaller pike.
Mm-hmm.
Yay. I can't get you out of here, buddy.
I think it's a walleye.
Decent or?
It's not horrible.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. We've had a good trip. And we've caught a lot of walleyes, but not a lot of big ones this trip.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't the last 2 years were a lot better, weren't they?
Yeah, the walleyes were definitely a lot bigger.
Well, that's all right. They're fun to catch, and he hit a crankbait, huh?
Yeah.
Feel the difference in every cast, in every bite, in every moment, in every adventure, no matter the season. When everything is on the line, every memory you make, feel the difference.
Well, thank you, grandson Jack. You put aside baseball for a couple of days to fish with me. How many days a week are you doing baseball?
4 to 5 during the summer.
Yeah, well, again, thank you. And we had a good time. And don't forget, late July is what?
Family vacation show.
And I need you to help guide all the other grandkids, right?
Yep.
All right, give me 5, buddy. Good to see you, man. And folks, that is our show for today. Please join us next week. I don't know if I'm going to fish yet. We'll find a place somewhere. Until then, I'm John.
I'm Jack.
Hoping to see you enjoying John Gillespie's Waters and Woods.
And this is our son, Jack. He's 4 months old.
Oh my gosh, Jack, turn around. Look at how big that one is.
What's his name? Oscar.
Yeah.
All right, say goodbye, Oscar.
Bye, Oscar.
See you later, Oscar.
See you later, Oscar.
Have a good day, Oscar.
Have a good day, Oscar.
Wow, look at what Jackaroo's got on there. What is Jack's got a walleye! Jack's got a walleye! Way to go there, Jack! Is that your first walleye you ever caught?
Yeah.
What happened?
It just bit.
What happened?
It just bit.
Yeah, and it was hard to reel in?
Yes.
Why?
Because it was so heavy.
I know, but that's just a big fat northern, right?
Yeah.
Oh, this is another good bluegill coming in here. Jackarini on the bluegill. A crappie? A crappie, Jack. What happened on that one?
I just casted it over there, and I just reeled it in slow, and I stopped and I reeled it, and the fish just bited.
Isn't that a beauty?
Hey folks, we'll show what you're using and how we're using it, all that coming up right after this.
Hey, look at Jack. Look at my buddy Jack back there. Oh, Jack, that's a big crappie. Flip him in, Jack. You got on there. I think you got a bass. Grab the net, Blake. Oh, Jackarini. Jack. All right, way to go. What do you think about that, pal? Tell the folks about bass. They don't have
teeth.
They don't have teeth. So you put your thumb and your index in there and you squeeze what?
As hard as it can.
Yep. And then you hold them up by their tummies and you hold them out like that.
And show them your smile.
Hey, what did Jack got there? Jack, oh my gosh, look at that. Is it a walleye, Jack? Lift him up, Jack. Beautiful walleye, Jack. All right, buddy. And Jack, again, you're just reeling that grub in slow and bango, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, Jack, come on over here. I want you to see this big snapping turtle. That's about a 10-pounder. You can pick him up by the tail. No? Oh, good job, though, Jack.
Got away. What happened there?
I don't know.
Rolling.
No, too small. What are you laughing at? What do you know? Seriously, what are you laughing at? Now you're having fun. You were almost asleep. Oh, Jack, what happened?
Came right off.
Oh, I see that.
I don't know what happened.